for football now from Empower Field at Mile High here in Denver. Today, a good matchup here in the AFC. It's the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Denver Broncos. Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen with you. The second-year man, Cam Little, has the honors. Off we go from Denver. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So the Broncos come out, and Greg, they are led by their QB of the future. Found their guy with the 6th quarterback selection in the 2024 draft. Second season now for Bo Nix.
You know, you think back, Mike, to a year ago, 6 quarterbacks taken in the first round of the NFL draft, and Bo Nix was probably the least heralded coming out of college, but was able to lead his team to the playoffs, and he really did it by earning his job out of training camp, and he never looked back. 29 touchdown passes, the most ever by a rookie in Broncos history.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, here's Nix. That's taken in. It's R.J. Harvey. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of 27
That's good for 27 and a first down.
Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and we're able to convert.
And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Jaguars' 38-yard line.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 2. Handoff now for Harvey. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the first down.
A gain of 6.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass. You can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
RPO quick throw. There's Sutton. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. 17 yards on that play. First down, Broncos.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 14-yard line.
It is 2nd and 9. Again, it's Harvey. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on 3rd down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track, because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. To the end zone, it's intercepted. Picked off by Andrew Wingard.
I'm not going going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception, but in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue, because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
So here come the Jaguars, and Greg, it brings out Trevor Lawrence. Many ups and downs in his first 4 seasons. Now year 5 for the former #1 overall pick out of Clemson.
Now, this is the type of quarterbacks that just give defensive coordinators nightmares. They stay up all night thinking, okay, what is the best way to defend him? Do we treat him as a runner? Do we treat him as a passer? And I think that's really where the most stress comes in, Mike, is you want to make sure you don't let him kill you with his legs downfield as a runner, but it's also his ability to extend plays as a passer that really creates a lot of stress on your back-end coverage, and that's where those big plays can come. So it's a big challenge. They know it, and we'll find out early on what the plan is.
They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down.
It's a gain of 17.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. A nice job there making that happen.
Throw left side, taken in by Thomas.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 3. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. To the left side, it is caught by Myers. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
A whole lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. He didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. That's complete. It's Parker Washington. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a 4th down decision to make.
And he's going to have a Jags first down. They find a way to keep the drive going with the 4th down conversion.
And these plays, the decision on what they're going to call, Mike, it was decided days ago. They have on that play call sheet that you see from the offensive coordinator, they have an entire category just devoted to these situations. They know the players are going to be confident, they're going to be able to execute, and they're able to move the chains.
And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. That's good for a Jaguar first down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground, and tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it. Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the first down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback. Just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
2nd and inches. Now here's Lawrence. Now a screen set up for Etienne. He'll be out of bounds, but at after picking up the first down on a gain of 7.
A 7-yard gain.
And this is the blueprint, Mike. The ability to sustain and maintain possession and methodically move the ball down the field in the process. The defense has had no answers up until this point, and now the next step is, can they come away with 6? Because anything less than that, after this long drive, would be a bit of a letdown.
And he will score! Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Touchdown, Jacksonville.
And that was just a great drive. Really, from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm. Mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Cam Little comes on now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Jaguars will take a 7-0 lead. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside.
Cam
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. The Broncos offense ready now for their second drive. They had that pick on the opening drive that led to a touchdown. So 7-0 the deficit as they get the ball back, 1st and 10. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll throw. It's Nix. Now they'll set up the screen for Harvey. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screenplay still in the back of their head.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
A pickup there of 13. Good for a Denver 1st down.
That's good for a Broncos 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
On 2nd down, it's Nix. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And he'll get about 8 yards as he's ushered out of bounds. It'll set up 3rd down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Nix from the gun on 3rd down. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. He was looking for Marvin Mims there. And it's going to lead to fourth down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
First and 10 at their own 37-yard line.
Ball rests at the 37. It's first and 10. They'll give it to ETN to start this drive. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter.
Made at the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup.
So after one, it's the Jaguars on top. Greg and I back in Denver in just a moment. The Jaguars with the ball as quarter number 2 begins. From the 38 now, here comes second and 8 as we are ready to get back underway. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Lawrence. That's complete to ETN. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
I think in this field position, Mike, when 4th and short, I think you got to go for it. I think there's at least a conversation going on the sideline about whether you keep your offense on the field or send out your punt unit.
To return, it's Mims. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Broncos offense ready to get back to work. And it's been a rocky start. An interception on the first drive and then a punt the last time they had it. So first and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. They'll begin on the ground with Harvey. They try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. That's Greg Newsome in to make the stop.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Second down and 6 now from the 26. Now Nick's going to look to throw. Open man downfield. It's Franklin. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A big-time play for the Broncos. 33 yards.
How about that for your first catch of the game? I mean, to be able to attack the defense with your very first grab really sets things up nicely for the rest of the game. So defensively, they need to tighten up a little bit on the back end, because I promise you that's not going to be the last time they call his number.
This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
Second down. Nix. A dive and a catch. Incredible. It's a gain of 10 yards. First down, Broncos.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field. And not only to make that catch, but to do it laying out. That's a big-time play to secure that one.
Troy Franklin, the intended target. It's second down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
A quick throw on the RPO is complete, and he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Here's Nix to throw. That's complete. Taken in by Franklin. To the pylon, he's in. Troy Franklin. Touchdown, Broncos.
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done. But if you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate, and great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch.
The kick is good. That ties the game at 7.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. Lawrence now. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
2nd and 10. To throw is Lawrence. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. Parker Washington was the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I'm not so sure he would have picked up the 1st down had they connected either way, but still, disappointing outcome to not at least get a handful of positive yards on that last one.
Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
And that's what you call a wasted series. They come out here and they decide, we're just going to air it out 1st, 2nd, 3rd down. All 3 incompletions, and now it brings up 4th down. And barring some crazy decision here to keep your offense on the field, you're going to find yourself right back on the sideline.
This is taken at his own 30. Oh, looked like he may have hit a seam for a moment, but he's taken down after a solid return. The Broncos offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Drive starts on the ground, and this is Harvey. And he ran right through one tackle, fighting forward. Good gain on the ground of about 7.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Now, a second down throw for Nix. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separated the man from the ball, and it'll bring up third down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
And a nice return there. The offense not going to be backed up as much as they could have. Drive's going to start from beyond the 20. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10. The drive begins with a carry from Etienne. And a good run there to get him 5 yards.
Alex Singleton on the tackle. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the 28-yard line.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second and 5. They'll run it once more with Etienne. And he'll move this forward out to the 29-yard line. The linebacker Jonathan Cooper on the tackle.
A gain of a yard on the play. Brings up third and 4.
Here's a third down and 4. Here's Lawrence to throw. And that is incomplete.
So the hope is your 1/3 down conversion from really jump-starting a possession that ultimately leads in points. But after that third down incompletion, kind of throws a wrench into those plans.
Here's Logan Cook now as he is on to punt for Jacksonville. Now fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with first and 10. On the ground, this is Harvey. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
He's taken down at the 33-yard line. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up second and 3.
Give them 14 on that one. Good for a Denver first down.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Broncos first down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Throwing is Nix. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early.
Automatic first down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Straight ahead goes Harvey. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. That is caught out wide on the RPO. And he'll be taken down at the 25-yard line. Play is stopped. We have an injury to one of the Jaguars. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Nick's going to keep it on the zone read. The defense not fighting. They stay at home, and they tackle him for no gain.
You know, Mike, it's funny. When you're facing these really elite defensive linemen, sometimes it's easier to make them the read guy rather than actually try to block them. Unfortunately, they're elite for a reason, and sometimes they're still able to make the play like we saw here.
He connects with Mims. And he gets him 6 yards closer before going out of bounds. It's 3rd down coming up.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
It's 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, here's Nix. Got his man at the 6. And the Broncos are going to be looking at 1st and goal. They move it down to the 4.
That's another Broncos 1st down. 1st and goal.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. 1st down and goal. Harvey, and he's going to go backwards, taken down at the 6. Now a timeout for Jacksonville. They're 2nd, and they'll get together prior to the 2nd down play.
6-yard line.
Working out of the gun, it's Nix. That is caught by the tight end, Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Denver. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Lutz for the extra point. The kick is good. Broncos will move out to a 14-7 lead.
14. Jaguars 7.
So now after the touchdown, Luck's going to send this one away. This taken at the 5. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Jaguars offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. Jacoby Myers was the intended target. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
It's one of those balls where the quarterback wishes there was a string. The second it came out of his hand, he wished he could just pull it back because from the moment it left his hand, that looked like a sure interception. And the only reason it wasn't because the defender just flat out dropped it.
I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. This one complete to Washington. They get 15 on that game. 1st down, Jacksonville.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break because they want to be able to control this middle 4. At the end of the 1st half, you can use your timeouts. You can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go down and come away with points, they'll have a chance to double it up again right after the halftime break.
Brian Thomas, the intended receiver. And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
You know, Mike, there's the saying in the NFL, take what the defense gives you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to force a ball downfield. Show the defense you are willing to take big shots. Even though they weren't able to connect, it's going to have an impact the rest of the game.
No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. Now the Jags will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. The defense was right there, but a gain of 2. Good enough for the 1st down.
So on these play calls, Mike, on 3rd and inches, typically how it goes is we're going to try to take a shot. Then there's a medium zone option. And then the last resort is just pick up the 1st down with something underneath and get that fresh set of downs. So in this case, he settles for the underneath throw, but it's still enough to pick up the 1st down. It's clear whatever they were trying to set up was not going to work. He went through his entire progression, had nobody to throw the ball to, and just kind of surrenders the play and throws it away.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up 3rd down.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan. And then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the 2nd phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here. And there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
So, halftime straight ahead, and we send it over to Scott Hansen, who has the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula and come out on top in this tight one as we hit the second half. Third quarter set to commence, and we're back underway here on EA Sports. A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Jags offense going to have the first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Lawrence gives this one to Etienne. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
From the 34-yard line, here's second down and a yard. Once again, it's Etienne. And he's going to get first down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line.
It's a gain of 8. And the Jaguars first down.
It just seems like every time this guy touches the ball, he makes something happen. And not all of his runs are always going to be positive. He's kind of one of those guys that's going to get a 0, a 1, a 2. But it's the home run threat. It's the big plays that really tip the scales in your favor. And when you can generate those big explosive plays on the ground, man, it makes such a big difference for the offense.
15-yard pickup there. That's good for a Jaguar first down.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for. When you call a draw, Mike, what you're counting on is that the defense is in full pass mode. The linebackers in secondary are getting a lot of depth in their drops. The defensive line is just racing up the field thinking, I'm going to sack the quarterback. In this case, they're not so lucky. Not only do they not catch him off guard, they're not able to pick up any yards.
And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
In motion is Myers. Here's Lawrence. Throw left side, taken in by Thomas. A gain of 17 yards. First down, Jacksonville.
That's another Jaguars first down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
So here's a play, Mike, that is clearly designed to attack the middle third of the field. So think it's roughly the space between the numbers. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And once he understood where his leverage was and he gets his head around, great job by the quarterback on time, delivering a strike.
They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
A gain of a yard brings up second and 9.
Here's a second and 9. They'll run. It's the man from Virginia Tech, facial tootin'. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6. It sets up third down.
And it's third down.
In motion is Myers. They'll throw here on third and short yardage. And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be fourth down.
So prior to that third down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation. At that down and distance, they had run and pass, both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up fourth down.
Little's kick is good. And the Jaguars are back within 4 at 14-10.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
So, after the field goal, back out is Little to kick this one away. On the return, here's Mims. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Broncos offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Work in the middle, that's Harvey. Past the 45. A terrific run, finally brought down, but he's inside the 35-yard line. A big-time play for the Broncos. 45 yards.
First down.
Well, I'm not sure you're going to find a better example of just pure speed in the open field than that run right there. I mean, when he got past the first wave, you got the sense that he might just be able to outrun everybody on the field.
He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd down and 6. To throw is Nix. He'll let this go towards the end zone. Good coverage there in the end zone. That is incomplete. Terrific work. They separated the man from the football, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
Back to throw is Nix. Here's a shot toward the end zone. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Marvin Mims. Touchdown, Broncos.
All week, we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time. And what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket, let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
The kick by Lutz is good, and the Broncos are out to a 21-10 lead.
Jaguars 10. Will Lutz.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. He'll start at the 4. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. They'll look to make some inroads here. They're down 21-10 in this one as they come up on a first down. Throwing is Lawrence. Get this to the tight end, Johnny Munt. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
Now second down throw for Lawrence. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
Up the middle, here's Etienne. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Lawrence. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
It's a gain of 4, and it's third down.
To throw is Lawrence. To the right side, hauled in by Myers. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down? Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down's looming. Lawrence. He's got his man. It's complete to Thomas. And he's going to have the Jaguars first down. Going to have it by plenty. Huge gainer on fourth down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
He's got room to roam. And he's close to another first down. He'll step out right at that first down marker.
He's out of bounds at the 11-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
2nd and a yard. This run straight ahead for Etienne. And he's in! Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Jaguars. He had the touchdown catch earlier. This time he takes it in on the ground. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
So Lawrence lines up the Jaguars as they will go for two.
The Jaguars will line up for the two-point conversion.
Man in motion here is Washington. Now here's Lawrence. That is hot. And they get the two-point conversion.
Broncos 21, Jaguars 18.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. The return starts from the 5. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense and Bo Nix getting ready to go back to work. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Nix. He'll take a shot with Mims. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
I love that they continue to stay aggressive here, Mike, and that route right there, we used to call it a Big 8. It's a deep post route, but the ball placement isn't exactly where it needs to be, and that's a missed opportunity.
Drop play here for Harvey. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Mike, so often we see when a draw play is called, so much of the success depends upon what look do you get from the defense. In this case, they dial up a blitz. It could be feast or famine. In this case, it's famine. The blitz runs right into the draw. They get stopped. No gain.
Down the field, but it falls incomplete.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single 1st down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming off.
Cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Now a handoff, Etienne, and he'll get forward for about a yard. Dre Greenlaw in on the tackle.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
Lawrence now on 2nd down. Quick hitting slant there. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
And he will lose yardage on the play. They knock him back to midfield. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. The training staff going to look and will step out for a moment. Second and 11. Now Lawrence. There's a short one. He's got screens. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They put Strange in motion. Lawrence now to throw on 1st down. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. Talanoa Hufanga has the coverage from the safety position and comes away with the breakup.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor. And this time, it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play ends up as an incomplete.
Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. That's caught over the middle by Thomas. And he's going to get awfully close to the 1st down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the 1st down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
46-yard attempt.
And this is blocked. They got it.
In this situation, Mike, every coach on the sideline is yelling, watch the ball, watch the ball. So this is a gutsy move defensively to sell out and go for that block. Remember, if he times this jump wrong, that's a 1st down.
The Broncos offense and running back R.J. Harvey heading back to the field. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and they've made him a real weapon in the passing game. We'll go play action with Nix. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out. He's done a really nice job making the most of his touches. They've made it a priority. Let's use this ground game to try to wear down the defense, and right now it's one of the main reasons why they have the lead.
A run once more, that's Harvey. And he will lose yardage on the play. They knock him back to midfield.
The tackle made back
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Evan Ingram, the intended target.
Sets up fourth down.
And it's going to be fourth down.
I think as the offense comes to the sideline now, the quarterback and his wide receivers need to get together and say, hey, guys, what are you seeing out there? How can we find some open targets? Because on that last down, there was nowhere to go with the ball.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Jaguars offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Lawrence. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete. Brenton Strange was his intended target. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. 17 yards, the gain there. That's good for a Jaguar. 1st down.
First down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense. Contrary to what all of the fans at home think, I don't have rooting interest in any of these games. But as you know, when it comes to tight ends, there's no bigger fan than this guy right here. I want to see them be able to connect, especially on those big plays downfield.
Second down, Lawrence. Oh, wide open is Thomas. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. A gain there of 23 yards. 1st down, Jacksonville.
At the 40-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another 1st down.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
He's taken down just shy of the 10. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another 1st down.
1st and 10.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the 1st down.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
Nick Bonito on the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 9-yard line.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Set up the screen here for Tootin. This one going to be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. So now, out comes the field goal unit in this pressure spot. This to tie things up here in the fourth. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. That evens the score here in the fourth quarter.
And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. Fourth quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? On the return, here's Mims. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Broncos offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. This one tight throughout, all level at 21, as they'll search for a go-ahead score. On first down, it's Harvey. Not much happening there, just a short gain.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, here's Nix. We'll get that complete to Franklin. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7.
3rd and 1.
Third and a yard. Try to pick this one up on the ground. Trying to drive his way forward. I'm not sure he got there. Going to depend on the mark, but yeah, he's short. Short, and it's 4th down.
So it's a pretty manageable 3rd down, so they really have the option to run or pass, so they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use 4th down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Travis Etienne and the Jaguar offense ready to get back to work. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. A first down throw for Lawrence. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
So anytime you decide to blitz, the hope is that the secondary can hold up long enough to allow the extra pressure guys to get to the quarterback. But when you don't get to the quarterback and he's able to get the ball on time and in rhythm, there are holes in the back end, and they're able to pick up the first down.
On the give, it's Etienne. And he's going to have the first down yards across the 50 to the 48.
A 7-yard gain. That's good for a Jaguars first down. A gain of
2
7.
minutes to play
And a Jaguar
in regulation.
first down.
Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
All right, so this is why you get paid the big bucks. These are the possessions as a quarterback you need to deliver for your team. Everybody talks about 2 minutes. Everybody drills it every single week. But when it comes down to this moment in the game, your quarterback needs to be on point. And after that first down incompletion, it just makes things that much harder.
And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
I think it's clear, Mike. I think they have their sights set on winning this game in regulation. I don't think overtime is even in the picture. They're trying to be aggressive, continue to move this ball down. Can they find a way to pull this game off here late in the fourth quarter?
Look at this. They go with their tight end on third down. Trying to use that big body to go forward. Going to get to the line of scrimmage, but nothing after that.
And when you've got that big body in the backfield, I mean, why not give them a chance to use that size to pick up first down? I mean, you're not looking for a home run. You're not looking for a touchdown. Just get north and south and keep this drive alive.
Now, Etienne. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. The Broncos going to signal for their third and final timeout. Get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
Broncos 35-yard line.
Second down, 8 for the first down. Etienne. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up third down.
That's a gain of 3. Now 3rd and 5.
Here's a designed run. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
Man, that's your biggest fear as a runner on a draw play. You get the handoff, and you're just greeted with a sight of defenders barreling towards you. At this point, you have no choice but to just go down.
So now, a big spot coming here. This to win the game. Got the distance, and it's good. He knocks it through from long range. So it is a win for our visitors, the Jaguars. They get themselves into field goal range for one final shot. Kicker delivers. They avoid overtime and come away with a 3-point victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.